Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Brand new week here. As always, every single Monday on the Cabral Concept, we're bringing you a motivation and mindset show of the week. Again, it's one of my favorite shows, and the reason is it reinforces much of what I've been learning, much of what I've been reading about, and also practicing myself. But the thing is, a lot of people believe that they're going to arrive at this day where they will no longer need any of the motivation that got them to where they are now in order to keep the ball going. And while that's true to a certain degree, it's not necessarily the way that you want to view it. Because here's the thing. You right now in your mind have some type of vision that's a much more compelling future than maybe you're living in one right now. So for example, you're looking for the perfect partner or spouse or relationship, right? Or you're looking for a better career. You're looking for a better body transformation or more significant improvements in health or spirituality, whatever it might be, right? You have some specific goal, which is amazing, right? But the thing is, you're going to need some motivation to do the things to become the person who would achieve that goal. And I've shared that before, right? So that's what you're going to do. But then one day you're going to arrive at that. You're going to have that great relationship. You're going to have the body transformation, the health transformation, the spirituality transformation, the career transformation, like whatever that thing is, you will have it. You will one day succeed if you continue to work towards it. I have no doubt in my mind. So the thing is though, now you've achieved it. Well, there's two things that you need to now do. So the first one is you either need to continue on the same path to be able to keep what you have going, because that doesn't just stay by itself, right? It gets easier because now you know the system, right? You know the plan. So for example, for a lot of people that have achieved their ideal body weight, their ideal health, they know the foods that they need to eat. They know the exercise they need to do. They know they know the things that they need to do that got them there, right? So they can continue those. But the funny thing is, we humans, right? We humans, that once we achieve something, we say, wow, if I was able to achieve that, maybe I could also achieve this too, right? We seem to always want to up-level our life. It's pretty interesting. I think it's fascinating. There's nothing wrong with that. If what you're doing serves you in a healthy way and probably others around you, then go for it. Because in my mind, some of the happiest people that I know that I've ever seen are all about growth. Not unsustainable, not unrelenting hardship, like difficult life growth. No, it's about growth is to say, how far can I push this? How amazing can I make my life and the lives of others around me? That is a worthy goal. That is a great growth-based goal. So the thing is though, I don't know that everybody's going to be able to get to that and achieve all the amazing things that they could with their life and should do with their life. And remember, there's never too late, right? I've talked about this a lot in high performance health lately. Is like, I shared with people the data, even if you don't start until 60 years old, you can still add, and this is just with a minimum, you can add an extra 8 years to your life, just starting at 60. And so if average life expectancy is somewhere between 74 and 77, let's just say it's 75, let's just go with that right there, or 76. Okay, we add another 8 years. So that's just on the average, right? So now we added another 8 years. Why is that significant? Because it's 10% more life for just doing the basics. So now you live to 84 years old. But if you're willing to do more than the basics, then you can at least get to 90, even if you don't start to 60. So it's pretty remarkable. But again, when you begin to open your mind, the possibilities for what you can do in life is endless. It really is. But I don't know that we're all going to get there unless we start to adopt some foundational-based principles. So I'm a huge believer in first principles thinking, foundational principles thinking, and before people start to add all the fancy stuff, we always talk about this in our functional medicine and integrative health practice. Like people are like, hey, what do you think about me taking, fisetin or this or that? Like, okay, fine, like great, could be good, but are you doing all of these foundational-based protocols first? Because if not, none of the little sprinkles on top, they don't matter if the foundation's not set. So I want to share with you 5 habits that if you begin to adopt these, they will no doubt change your life. And then they'll make so much more change after that just easier. And I'll share with you why. Here we go. First one is this: wake up 1 hour earlier. And you might say like, oh, okay, I've heard this before, wake up 1 hour early. Yes, but have you done it for 3 months in a row? Anybody can do it for a couple days or a couple weeks. Have you done it for 3 months in a row? Now, there is a maximum to this. I don't believe in the people who are waking up at 3 a.m., even 4 a.m. It's pretty early. 4 a.m. is about the earliest. I would say 4:35 is the right time for the earliest time for most people. I've woken up at 4:30. I've woken up for big stints between 4 and 5 a.m. Too early for me. I found that for me, 5:30 to 6 is the sweet spot, okay? But for you, and again, so what I want to share with you is there's no exact one time to wake up. But what I need you to do is this. Think about your morning routine right now. You might say, well, I don't really have one. Or I get ready for the day and then I'm out the door, take the kids out the door. Yeah, but do you do anything for you? Like, do you get to do any journaling? Do you get to do any reading? Do you get to do any movement? Do you get to make yourself breakfast? Do you get to do any of those things? Because if you don't, then you're always playing catch up for the rest of the day. And if you start your day stressed, you're going to move through your day stressed. That's no way to live life. The number one thing that I've seen people do, change their life, is wake up an hour earlier. Now, you don't have to start with an hour. You can start with 15 minutes, start with 20 minutes. Just choose one thing you can do with that extra 20 minutes. Don't just wake up 20 minutes earlier just to wake up 20 minutes earlier, right? Have a plan. Maybe the first thing you do is you just meditate. Like maybe that's it. Try to calm your mind if you have a lot of anxiety, if you have a lot of worry, right? Overwhelm. Maybe meditation's the first place to start. Put on one of your favorite meditations, right? Don't plan to do it just yourself. Put on a meditation or journal or exercise if that's what you need. Like you're going to choose something to do. And then when you have an hour is a lot of time, right? More than now you can start the day and you can ease into it. So I've been waking up now an hour before my family for 15 years, let's say, right? My daughters are just 8 and 10 now. They're getting older, but I've been doing this for years and years and years. And the reason is, if I can get 1 hour to myself, then I have no problem giving everyone else pretty much the rest of my day, right? For work, for my family, whatever it is, I got my time. I did what I need to do. And then, of course, yes, I can work in other times. My lunch, I can work in my workout later in the day. But again, understand that if you can get back 1 hour of your time, what would you do at that time? That's what's going to get you thinking, right? Because your goal should be at the forefront of your mind. So if you're like, oh, if I had 1 hour extra a day to work towards my goal, what could I do? Right, with 7 days a week, or even if it's only 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, although I recommend 7 days a week. All right, I multiply that. What are you looking at? 300 plus more hours a year? Easily, right? It's pretty remarkable, when we start to look at this. All right, the second one I would share with you is writing down your most dominant thoughts. Why this is important is because one of the biggest reasons why people don't achieve what they want to achieve in life is that they have recurring negative thoughts. So these recurring negative thoughts, there's probably like 3, maybe 4 maximum. And you might say to yourself things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't know enough, this person's like there's these different things that go on. And what you want to do is you want to say, okay, like I'm listening. It's your subconscious talking to you. So say I'm listening, I'm not judging, I'm listening. And you want to write down exactly what it's saying. You want to listen to it. You don't have to believe it, you just want to listen to it. Okay, I don't believe that I can transform my health, and you just want to say why. Why don't I believe I can never get healthy? And just write that down. It's because, and you start to go down a rabbit hole, and you want to write all that out. After you've written that out, you can work with a coach, you can work with a therapist, you can work with whoever it is that you want, or use a lot of the books that I've recommended on Friday Reviews. You want to start to ask yourself, is this true? Right? Is this true? And also, does it have to be true? So you might say, well, I have low thyroid, I have weight gain, I have thinning hair, I have all these things you might say to yourself. And, my mom had it, my sister has it, my grandmother had it, and so I'm just destined to have it too. Or you'd say, okay, is this true? Well, it is true that you have it right now, and so do your maybe siblings and your mom and grandmother. But does it have to be that way? Like, have you ever questioned that? Does it have to be? Could it be that you have a specific mineral deficiency, vitamin deficiency, enzyme that's off, higher levels of cortisol, or any number of the about dozen total reasons why someone might have low thyroid? Could it be that just everyone in your family has that specific deficiency or toxicity or whatever it might be? I mean, you all grew up together, right? Do you all have higher levels of mercury because you always ate a lot of tuna fish or whatever it might be, right? You have to understand is that there's always a reason. So don't always try to figure this out on your own, but what you want to do is understand what are the thoughts that are holding you back. Because if you don't know those, then you are destined to basically be reset even when you hit your goals. You hit your goals, you ever hit your goals before and then you come right back to where you were before? That is a subconscious conflict. You cannot live in a place for very long that you don't actually believe you deserve, your self-worth believes you should have, or that you're worthy of. So please do write down those most dominant thoughts. Number 3 is this: learn something or work at something for 30 minutes every single day. Every single day, no days off. And the reason is no days off, it's too hard to pick back up. It really is. So just carve out a time. How about that 1 hour earlier that you woke up, right? Or 30 minutes earlier. What about that time? So that the first thing you do is work on you. Wouldn't that be amazing, right? So, okay, you're trying to transform your body. Why not meal prep for the day? Why not exercise for the day, right? Like you can do that specific time. You're trying to get a new career, or you want to, let's say, become a certified health coach, right? That's obviously a big part of what we do. What would you do? Spend 30 minutes every morning studying the material, right? You become an integrative health practitioner, literally in 12 weeks for level 1 and 2 weeks, level 2 and within 6 months. But you need to do 30 minutes a day. Not that much, but you still have to do it, right? Apply yourself. So that's what you're doing. And then once you graduate, again, this could be for anything. Just think about, like, you could be studying for a real estate, agent exam. You could do it with anything that you're looking for, right? Most things are online now. So the thing is, and once you graduate, don't stop, right? You use that 30 minutes for learning, or that 30 minutes now becomes you working on your website, your writing, your whatever it might be. And so that 30 minutes always to bettering you. Maybe the first time it's 30 minutes, every day is learning, but then it's application of that. Right? So maybe learning about an exercise program or a weight loss program or a health-based program, but then once you've learned about it, you've written it down, you have the blueprint, then the 30 minutes is for implementing, right? So it's learn, then take action. Learn, take action. One of the very best things that you can do is track your progress. So if every single day you're doing 30 minutes a day, you're going to be able to see that forward momentum. One of the absolute best things you do. And not forever. You're talking about 30 minutes a day. And if you're like, I don't have 30 minutes a day, then you need to wake up at 30 minutes earlier. Right? That's the way that it works. All right, number 4 is this: move your body. Move your body for 40 to 60 minutes a day. I didn't write 30, I wrote 40, because I just believe that most people are living a very sedentary lifestyle, even when we don't think we are. So I just want to share with you, left to my own program for my day, I'm seated at my desk, reading, writing, researching, and recording, right? That's what I'm doing. I do calls, I do meetings. I have to purposely schedule in walks and workouts to get me out of my chair. And I think a lot of us are like that. I mean, really, like even doing some errands. I've tracked my steps before, just doing errands. It's not that much. It's like 3,000 steps a day. It's really not that much. So what I want people to do is 2 20-minute blocks. You could do that. 20-minute walk in the morning, 20-minute weight workout later in the day, whatever it is that you want to do. But schedule that time. And here's why. It does so much more than just body. It's not about body. It's also about mind, right? It's body and mind. When you exercise, you get those feel-good neurotransmitters and endorphins going. Dopamine improves, serotonin improves, GABA improves, norepinephrine improves. Like all of these energy and feel-good neurochemicals in your body improve. What's that going to do? It's going to make tomorrow easier, right? Today, hard. Tomorrow, easier. The next day, a little bit easier. That's how you build momentum. So schedule it. It has to be scheduled. Don't have the time? That's what that hour earlier, right? It always goes back to that. Wake up 1 hour earlier, but schedule. Don't wake up an hour earlier just to wake up an hour earlier. Honestly, don't do that, because then you just be tired. But if you use it productively, your body's going to feel so good. All right, the last one is this. If we're going to be waking up 1 hour earlier, the other game changer is go to bed within 30 minutes of the same time every single night. What does this do? It puts your body into a rhythm, a true circadian rhythm. Go to bed. Ideal bedtime, somewhere between 9 and 10 at night for the most part. It really is. Again, you can argue back and forth. That's when cortisol is at its lowest. If it's not, then there's a dysfunctional diurnal rhythm, and you want to wake up then. If you go to bed at 9:30, you can wake up at 5:30, no problem, right? So you might say, well, I don't usually wake up till 7 now. Okay, well, now you have an hour and a half early. You have an hour and a half before you have to start the rest of your day. What can you do with 90 minutes, right? That's a lot of time. You might say, but I like to stay up till 10:30, 11. Okay, but why? Why do you like to stay up till 10:30, 11? Is there a reason? If it's just to like relax and all that, that's fine. So maybe there's a compromise. Go to bed at 10, wake up at 6. You're going to find the right pattern for you. But going to bed within 30 minutes at the same time every single night allows your body to fall asleep within 10 minutes of your head hitting the pillow. It allows you to get more deep sleep, more REM sleep. Your body knows the rhythms. It knows when to go to sleep. It knows when to wake up. So when you wake up, you're not groggy. Because if you're always waking up at a different time, your body's going to be popping out of REM sleep. You're going to be really groggy, right? You're going to need more coffee. You're going to need more caffeine instead of you naturally being able to wake up with natural energy to then be more productive during your day to then move forward towards your goals. These 5 things have been absolute game changers for me. The clients in our practice, I wanted to share them here with you today. If you believe they can help, I always recommend do share this show with anyone you believe can serve. Have an amazing rest of the day. Let me know what goals you're going after in the comments. Take care, everybody. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stevencabral.com/courses.